tools shown are to help assist with the removal and installation of LobePro parts. Most tools may be purchased individually or together in a toolbox. Contact LobePro for further details. Begin with removing the 4 nuts that secure the cover door onto the pump frame. Next, remove the washers behind the nuts. Lastly, remove the cover door from the pump. In order to remove the pressure discs, you must first remove the strain bolts from each disc. Then, you will remove the 2 smaller set screws to insert hex head bolts for easy pressure disc removal. LobePro supplies custom lobe pullers that can be placed onto each lobe for easy lobe removal. Each tool has 2 tension bolts on either side of the central hub to secure the arms of the puller to the lobe. Once each lobe puller has been secured to the lobes, you may begin to torque the lobe puller rod, ensuring that each lobe is being removed in unison, which will back out the lobes. First, remove the lobe keys from the upper and lower shaft keyways. Next, remove the shaft seal washer from the base of each shaft in the pump housing. Behind each shaft seal washer are 2 shaft seal O-rings that will also need to be removed, which can be done with an O-ring pick tool. Next, remove the wear plate mounting bolts located on either side of the wear plate. One of the bolts may be used to assist with removing the wear plate from the housing. Each LobePro LARS mechanical seal has set screws similar to the previous pressure disc removal. Using our specially designed seal removal tool, attach the smaller bolts from the tool onto the seal. After the tool is secure, you may torque the larger studs in a synchronous manner to pull the seal from the pump housing. Finish by removing the inner secondary O-ring from behind where the seal sat inside the pump. To begin, first grease the new secondary inner O-ring for easy installation within the quench chamber. ensure that the O-ring is sitting flush within the O-ring groove. Next, grease and place new primary seal O-rings in the proper positions onto the seal. After installing the new O-rings, place the seal back onto the shaft and push back. To finish, use the seal installation tool to push the seal back into the pump casing. A rubber mallet may be used on the tool to apply more force if needed. First, insert the shaft hole wear plate into the pump housing. Next, apply a small amount of Loctite, a thread locking agent, onto the wear plate mounting bolts and hand tighten the bolts to secure the wear plate in place. Then, using a torque wrench, ensure that the wear plate mounting bolts are tightened to the specified torque within the pump installation and maintenance manual. For this example, we are tightening to 30 foot-pounds. Next, grease and slide on the new shaft O-ring, then use the shaft O-ring installation tool to push the O-ring into place, repeating the process for the O-rings on either shaft. Finish by placing the shaft seal washer onto the now installed shaft O-rings. Begin by inserting the lobe keys into the keyways on each shaft. Next, grease the shafts to ensure easy installation. Then, line up the bottom lobe keyway with the key on the bottom shaft. Line up the top lobe keyway to the top shaft. After ensuring the lobes are aligned, begin inserting them into the pump housing simultaneously. You may use a rubber mallet to apply added force if needed. Start by installing the set screws that were removed earlier into each pressure disc. Next, apply grease to the outer edges of the pressure discs, then press them into place inside each lobe. Use a rubber mallet to ensure that they are flush with the lobes. After the pressure discs are installed, apply a small amount of Loctite onto the strain bolts for installation. Finally, place a rag or soft item to stick in between the lobes to keep them from moving. Using a torque wrench, ensure that the strain bolts are tightened to the specified tightness within your pump installation and maintenance manual. For this example, we are tightening the strain bolts to 120 foot-pounds. Begin by placing the cover door onto the mounting bolts on the pump housing. Place the washers and nuts that were previously removed back onto each of the bolts and tighten. Then, using a torque wrench, finish tightening the nuts to the specified torque located within the pump's installation and maintenance manual. We will be tightening to 35 foot-pounds in this example.